It's time to add that last bit of polish before sharing your animation. I'm talking about cleaning up your lines and adding some color. In this video, I'll share with you how I tidy up my drawings and my favorite method for filling in color fast. So your animation goes from rough to polished professional in no time. Let's start by answering this question. Why clean up your lines? After all, you've already done the hard work. It's easy enough to read. Why go through the bother of cleaning up these lines when you can just share your animation now? And the answer is professional and readability. More so readability than professional, because you can have scratchy lines and the animation still looks great. But for readability, if you have a lot of messy lines because you drew again and again and again to make it look right, or you're catching emotion and you're drawing it that way, you need to clean up those lines so that somebody who isn't you can actually read what the emotion is in your animation. Not to mention, having these clean lines is going to help you fill in colors super fast, but I will get back to that later. What you want to do now is you want to pick a brush to draw your lines with. I personally prefer something smooth. If I'm working in Procreate, I will pick a technical pen, or what's the other one I like? Monoline. I'll pick technical pen or monoline. These are free in the program. No need to spend extra money. Just grab them and start. Any other brushes and other programs, as long as it's smooth, it ends up working very well. And one more thing you should know about if you are drawing and you're nervous about having a wobbly hand while you draw, just about every single drawing program out there has something called pencil stabilization. Pretty much if you turn this up, your pencil lines are going to look smooth, and there's almost like that delayed reaction of the pen catching up with your hand, and you don't have to worry so much about that wobbliness if that's something you're nervous about. Once you have your pen, you're going to create a new layer and you're going to draw clean lines on top of your animation. And you might be asking at this stage, well, what if I don't plan on having visible outlines in my final animation? And if that's the case, that's fine. But having these clean, visible, great outlines right now, it's going to help you when it comes up to coloring. And just a quick heads up, I'm not going to be covering how to pick colors for your character here. Colors are complicated and they deserve their own video. And I'll be honest and tell you that I'm still learning how to pick colors too. So the rest of this video is just focusing on how to apply flat color. This is the method that I use to fill in the color. So I'll walk you through it so you can start using it yourself. But again, it works best if you do have those clean outlines. First up, set up your color palette somewhere, swatches, or you can go back into your color history. And again, if you don't want outlines in your final piece, perfectly fine, but set your outline layer to reference and create a new layer underneath so you can fill in your color on that layer. Now go to the first frame you drew, grab the color you want, and use the color fill to fill it all in. Just drag and drop. And this is my favorite speed tip for you. You're going to want to use both hands. You're going to want to have your stylus in one hand and you're going to want to have your finger ready in the other. And the way that this method works is that you're going to use your stylus to drag and drop colors onto your canvas. And then as soon as you're done, you're going to use this hand with this finger and you're going to tap the next frame that's at the bottom of your timeline. And you're going to leave that finger hovering while your stylus does the same thing again and fills in all the color. And then you just keep going like that. It keeps you in rhythm and genuinely cuts down on time. Just an important warning. I know you've heard me mention many times by this point, you need solid outlines. What that means is that there can't be any gaps or your coloring is going to leak right out and just fill the whole canvas. As you can see here with my head turn, I actually did make that mistake. I did not close my outlines up, manually paint the bottom of the hair and the neck. If I was smart, I would have duplicated my outline layer, drawn the outlines to close those gaps of the hair and the neck, and then I would have said that as my reference and turned the visibility off. And this way I could have just color filled that in and not had to paint every single frame. If you want more animation tips or breakdowns, I've started a Patreon. You can find the link to that in the description. And heads up, anything that I share on there, you get to see way before it makes it to YouTube, if it ever does.